I agree. Okay.
No more work videos.
Oh. No, it can't be. And there we go. Okay.
Yay! It'll work.
Oh my god. But it's gonna like hover there.
It's gonna hover there.
It's gonna hover.
It's gonna hover.
It's gonna you know what? I gotta stick it. Oh no. I'm gonna put it on my boob.
On your boobs.
Okay, so we are recording, I hope you know.
I know.
Anyway, this is Rattlecat and Shrineart. Welcome to the Voicebox. And we haven't done a Voicebox in a while because we were trying to get the whole thing done with...
If you saw YouTube, God. I uploaded everything. It took me until 5 in the morning last night.
Over the course of 3 days. Over 3 days.
So all the videos are up on YouTube now, and I've got a system now. I've got a system just like I had a system for the OC Brigade, so I've got a system.
Yeah, she had to do it because, frankly, I went through like a series of migraines, and I could not even bother with it. I was taking so many naps. It was ridiculous. But we're back, so we've got a shit ton of questions. Let me see here.
Some of them are just downright amazing.
Did you even update?
Sigma. I haven't updated with those, no. I have not updated.
Okay.
It's only got the first 4.
Alright, okay, so, anyway, if you notice, we reset up the Voicebox a different way. We have YouTube videos since the zip files didn't work. We need the space open on our websites, that way we can do Tremedy and Stitch Funks.
The files if possible.
Yes.
I need to research what's wrong with her phone.
What I'll do, guys, I do have all these files and zip files, so if you guys do want these, definitely send me an email or send us a PM.
Shoot us an email so we can, get something.
Yeah, just do something like that. This goddamn thing. I'm sorry, I'm fighting with this mic. You know what? We need more than one mic.
We need more than one mic?
We need more than one of these.
Just string it up. You can't string it up because of the speakers.
Exactly.
Oh, woman, your speakers from hell.
I got it. This is cool. Anyway.
What is wrong with... Why is the speaker stuck?
Because that's all the farther it'll go. That's all the farther it'll stretch. Because it's attached to the speaker.
Why is
oh my
sideways?
God! We are never. No.
It'll fit.
No.
Stick it up there. It won't be about to fall off the damn desk.
Anyway. Sigma, your question was up next. Are there any movies besides 9 that inspire you?
Okay.
We had a list of movies going.
We've got 2 lists of movies, actually.
Yeah, we weren't...
One is on my phone and one is in my email.
Yeah, we weren't really sure whether or not you meant specifically for RagNBone. We kind of catered it to RagNBone, which is pretty much all of our inspirations to begin with. So, yeah, kind of everything kind of went into RagNBone. It really did.
Yeah, RagNBone is very much
it's really
to its name.
Yeah, it's kind of the collaboration of everything from both of our lives.
Yeah.
So, other movies. I guess we'll start with Hannah's list here.
This is the thing is that I've got 2 lists. Okay, some things on the list. One biggie that I know the 2 of us, the first thing we said when we saw this listing was The Pianist. If you have not seen The Pianist, and if you do not mind watching Holocaust movies, it is an excellent movie.
Yeah, warning. If you guys want to watch any of these movies, please note, a lot of them are kiddie movies, but a good majority of them are either documentaries or really graphic movies.
We do have some really graphic. It's funny because she can't really stand graphic, and some of them aren't graphic in the violence.
It's the psychological aspect.
The psychological aspect. Really, The Pianist is not graphic in the bloody, gory sense.
There are a little bit, but I mean, honestly, it's kind of like blood coming out of your head and stuff like that.
It's more graphic in the sense of can I tell a certain scene that happens? It's something that's well known.
What do you think about the Holocaust? I mean, come on, you got people standing there that are partially naked and get shot in the head for no absolute reason.
I mean, like, they line up a bunch of guys at one point, pick out some guys from the line, have them lay down on the ground, the guy just goes down the line and shoots him in the back of the head the whole way down the line.
And you do see it, but it's not like the heads are exploding or anything like that.
Yeah, it's just a shot to the back of the head, the way it should, the way it not should be, but the way it normally,
it
would look. It's not like, the head explodes on impact and all of this stuff.
Blood and everything go. Yeah, so.
It's a Holocaust movie. They're going to make it more true to what it's supposed to be.
But yeah, and it is based on a true story.
It's based on a true story. It's based on an actual man that survived the Holocaust. And it's an amazing story. His tale is a lot
of our movie inspiration, anything that kind of goes from historical fiction, anything that has to do with history, really.
Not only that,
any sort of events like that.
We follow specific actors too. You'll see a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of the same actors repeat.
Oh, yeah.
Because some of these are face actors in Good Company, which we've covered Good Company a little bit. It's going to be the human.
Yeah, and we
rendition
did
of some
kind
of
of
our
give
characters.
everybody a character as if we were actually
gonna
filming
cast
it.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you'll see some repeat characters: George Clooney,
Brad Pitt, Neil Patrick Harris,
Adrian Brody.
Ah.
Adrian Brody is in The Pianist. He's really awesome. I really love him.
He is the Jew.
Wow, that's so terrible.
I know, but it's true.
But,
and I can say it. I'm a Jew, so
I think we can give away face actors for Good Company. What do you think?
no.
No, you don't want to give away
Can't
face
give.
actors?
I don't want to say who's who. We can give away fake actors, but I'm not going to say who's who. I think it would be funnier if they could figure out who is who.
But Adrian Brody is. I will die.
Yeah.
So hard.
First off, we'll start with Hannah's kind of movie list here and what's inspired from everything.
The Pianist is first on the list. This ranges from my childhood and back, so there's a lot of weird things here, and some of this has your list in it too. The Last Unicorn, if anybody's ever seen this movie, it was an old cartoon.
Watch it in German.
German or English, it's really good. Either
Yeah.
way. But it basically is the story of the last unicorn, and it's this whole thing with her trying to figure out what happened to all the other unicorns. It's really dark for a children's movie. Most of the children's movies that we have on the list are pretty dark. And I mean,
they're adult cartoons.
When I was growing up, a lot of the kids' movies I watched were really freaking dark. Like, I mean, just
compared to today's society,
like,
yeah.
I mean, in kids' movies today, they don't show animals getting killed. They don't discuss.
They don't suggest death exists.
And it's kind of sad.
I know a movie we forgot to put on. We watched it yesterday. Charlotte's Web, the 1973
that
version.
was on my list, actually.
Yeah. Oh, well, there we go.
The 1973 version of Charlotte's Web is gorgeous if you haven't seen it. It's old, but it's
wow,
amazing.
look at him now. Zuckerman's famous pig.
Any Miyazaki film have inspired both of us.
Any
really,
Miyazaki film, because honestly, we really wanted to set up the graphic novel as if you were pretty much screen capping a Miyazaki movie. That was the style we wanted to go for. But we kind of catered that now towards more so Good Company
yeah.
because there's a lot of architecture and really the town
suck
itself.
at architecture.
Yeah, and from my view, when I do architecture, because I did a lot of drafting back in school, every time I see buildings, I think of them colorized and stylized in Miyazaki films because Miyazaki personifies the environment as much as he does the characters.
Yeah.
And Good Company really kind of combines both of that. It's all about the town and it's all about the people in the town. So we figured we'd go with that approach instead. So definitely any Miyazaki film. There are really not any I could say excluding of because his style kind of goes through all of them.
Yeah. Let me think here. Angry Beavers was another one of yours because of characterization. Mostly.
Characterization. A lot of to hell, MASH. We kind of meshed up like TV shows, episodes in general with the movies because really anything that we watch, we try to take something unless we really hated the frickin' movie.
Yeah,
we try to take something out of it. Or it gets stuck in our head and subconsciously we're like, oh, hey, this is an awesome idea. And then, we go back and we realize, oh, that's where we got it from. And Angry Beavers.
A lot.
Angry Beavers, I realize, is kind of probably where I got the whole thing where I love brothers and shit. And just the whole Big Brother and Baby Brother concept kind of went towards Ben and Jarek and Vic and Crawford, so.
Fly Boys. This is like, I think, the first movie we ever watched online together.
Yes, it was. I went through hell trying to find that movie for us.
We watched this movie, okay. We watched this movie with the Stitch Punks when we did an RP, and it was kind of amazing, because, I mean, first of all, it's Fly Boys. It's a movie
It was not the first movie.
No, it's not, because we watched Peter Pan. But it was it's a movie about, like, World War I.
It's about World War I and the Lafayette, pretty much the very first planes to ever hit the sky, biplanes, and they were shooting down dirigibles.
They give you a gun.
Yeah, and I mean it's not like
they tell you to go up in the air and shoot at things.
I mean it's not like F-22 Raptors and shit like that.
We're talking with essentially a barrel with wings strapped.
Old school dogfighting where you're twisting through the air to try and kill these people, and it's a hell of a lot more eventful than shit like stealth or anything.
We watched it, and it was really funny because, of course, this was really early on in the comic. comic, actually, we watch it, and Brad is on, like, the edge of his seat
Oh my god, the whole time.
These are, like, his era playing, so he's, like, freaking out the whole time. I loved doing that. It was so much fun.
And it's, you know...
It's a very good movie.
It's a lot more entertaining than current-day dogfighting, because it goes by so fast. Whereas Flyboys, you actually have that. Yeah.
Narnia.
Oh, you have no idea.
Okay, guys, first I have to tell you, Narnia is like one of those things. I grew up with the old BBC live-action movie. A lot of people don't realize this exists, but it had people in full-on animal costume and stuff. It's really derpy to watch now, but, I mean, if you do watch it, that opening
No
theme...
real computer graphics at that time.
Yeah,
I mean, everything was puppets and everything.
It was, no, they went one better. For the mythical creatures that they didn't
animatronics.
No, they didn't. No, for mythical creatures they did not do animatronics for, they drew them in.
So they were cartoon stylized. Nice.
Yeah, it was amazing. And when I grew up, this was like this was such my favorite. I rented this from the library so much, so I probably wore that tape out.
I never saw the BBC series when the first Narnia movie came out. Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. My dad found it and bought me the whole entire series, and I only got through to Tumnus, and I was like, "This is too derp. I can't watch it anymore."
The opening theme from the live action still makes me go. A little fucking kid.
Yeah, Aslan's theme. But for me, I remember reading the Chronicles back in 5th grade.
Oh, yes.
And we read them in the correct order, which was starting with, like, the Magician's nephew, and then, you know, ending with, I believe it was the Silver Chair that was the very last one, or the last battle.
I think it's the last
But The Witch and the Wardrobe didn't come in, and I do remember that was one of my favorite books, and the reason was, it was for the derpest reason, because it had a lion in the title. And even though, you know, Aslan comes in, that was particularly my favorite, and that's, like, the most popular one. So, when they did that first, I was so excited, but I had only read the books in 5th grade at first. And...
when I was growing up, my dad had the full set, but I only ever actually read, I think, 2 or 3 of the books.
It never occurred to me how simple those books were, and I was so proud that Andrew Adamson, who was the director for the movie, for the Disney version, I was so glad he extended those scenes the way he did, because not only did he keep true to the book, he really did. He only took out one scene and replaced it with another just for character development. Otherwise, he stayed directly true to the book, and the battle scene in the book was 2 pages. That's it. 2 pages, about 6 paragraphs total.
But it covered the same thing.
But it covered pretty much the same amount of battle shed. Yeah, and so in the movie, it's just like, this thing takes up an hour of the movie. It's like amazing.
I love, like, I still to this day get like little like goosebump shivers when I see Tumnus and Lucy in the old one and in the new one. And when Tumnus and Lucy meet for the first time, it always makes me just go.
In the new one, it was so amazing. I always wanted to be a film director.
I totally used to play Tumnus when we used to RP Narnia.
Yes,
I was Tumnus.
Wasn't I Aslan, or were you Aslan?
I think you were Aslan.
I was Aslan.
You were Aslan because
I was also one of the centaurs.
Yes. We had a bunch of random ass characters we threw in there.
But I specifically, I always wanted to be a film director because, you know, as a writer, I wanted to do screenwriting, producing, and directing because I had these specific visions that went perfect with the way that a film would be set up. And so Andrew Adamson was kind of role model for film directing. I was so happy that he took the right approach. He wasn't kind of relying on Hollywood effects or people's acting skills. When Lucy meets Tumnus, they explained it in behind the scenes. Oh my
god, yes, that was.
They took James away, James McAvoy, away from Lucy because they were really good friends on the set. And they took him away, and they done him up in the Tumnus makeup and everything.
She had never seen him in
She
full makeup
had never seen him as Tumnus before. They had just met. They were just talking on scene.
And they had been apart. Like, well, they've been hanging out and stuff during sets to practice.
Yeah, exactly.
And they had basically been apart for like a couple of days.
But they were never actually full-out costumes. So what happened was during that scene, you know, when Tumnus is coming around the bend, and
she's all shocked,
and she looks all shocked, and she's terrified. And she jumps behind the lamppost. that was all realistic, and that was all actual expression because they intentionally kept them apart. Andrew said, don't let them get near each other. So the entire film crew is in on this, and they're keeping them away for 3 days straight. And then they decide to shoot the scene, and he comes around, and they're both scared to death.
They
and
didn't even
scream.
tell her that she was going to be seeing him.